one of the most useful and supportive tools I have used as a business owner is a method called the Sedona Method. And it's a simple releasing process for releasing negative resistance through self-inquiry questions. The company is called the Sedona Training Institute, and they have tons of free resources and many paid programs as well. The two things that I got the most use from was attending their retreats and then attending their webinar sessions that they would run with releasing partners. Now, at the retreat, it was the first time that I had ever sat in a room of nearly 100 people, and I could feel the radiating presence of peace for hours and then days. And then that presence stayed with me for months. In the Sedona Method webinar group calls, they would match you up with a releasing partner. And through these two programs, I gained a group of releasing partners who would do this process with each other for free. They did it because they wanted to help each other and help themselves, and it was a gift. We had a releasing community, and in that process, I got a lot of practice on how to help people release their fears. And I also got a lot of help in releasing my own. What I experienced was the process of releasing was amplified and faster when doing it with others. Here's how it helped my business and how this could help yours. I used the Sedona Method questions all day long, every day. I had a constant journal by my side, releasing every fear that came up along the way. I released during every meeting. I released during every planning session. Every time I looked at my goals, I released every time I felt overwhelmed, and every time I had any sort of conflict with someone at work. I just released. I kept asking the questions to myself, and I kept answering them. I used these Sedona Method questions the most. The questions are, could I let that go? Just could you? Could you let it go? Then, would I let that go? Are you willing? And then when? And the answer is always now. And then the next set is, am I wanting control, approval, security, or oneness? And then you just check to see which one you're wanting. And then, could I let go of that? Next, it's, could I allow myself to have instead? The releasing groups I attended after work, for me, were nearly entirely filled with releasing about work. I released so much fear, and at the time, it felt like an endless flow of work stress that I couldn't get to the bottom of. And then suddenly, I did. I got to the bottom, and I started holding presence and not even needing to release because I was already clear. This is the state of total freedom. And this is how I gained confidence. This is how I started succeeding and stopped making fear-motivated errors. This is how I tapped into my potential. If you could use the releasing questions all day long, every day at work, if you could memorize them and make them your broken record on repeat, if you could do that, you will get to the bottom of it too. I promise you, you are under that fear and you can find the real you again. And you can be so successful. You can be so confident and you can step into your potential. You can remember, and then you can help others remember too. You have that power inside of you, and it's time that we help you get it. Remember, you're the leader that we've been waiting for. This has always been about you, and I'm here to help you remember your truth. So with that, give me your heart. I promise to be good to it. Click the heart below and follow me if you're willing to be a courageous leader who dares to lead in the zone. And the teaser for next time, we're going to do Welcoming Wednesday, and we're going to talk about how a beaten dog attacks in the same way that an ego attacks.